Yo, 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 welcome back to Brandon Smooth TV, and I'm back at you with another review for Power Book 2 Ghosts. We'll do the whole season. Now, Ghosts sets up Tariq, of course, that's James St. Patrick's son, and this is more of a coming of age story, showing what happened in the aftermath of him killing his father and how he's basically setting up his own drug empire. So, I'm going to be all over the place when discussing the characters and the series overall. Now, starting off with Tariq. Tariq grew on me throughout this season. Every episode, he started to grow on me more. And, I'm glad they did touch on some of those points with some of the people towards the end, where Tommy did say, you just like your dad, you do back end deals, you set up stuff, you set up people, you betray them, you double cross people. And there were a lot of parallels throughout this whole season, like a lot of different parallels as far as Ghost versus Tariq, and basically him doing a lot of the same things that his father did. So, starting off, I'm going to talk about Kane first. Kane Tejada is the hothead out of the Tejada family, and he's basically the enforcer for the family. I would, have him as more of a Luca Brasi type character. If you ever watch Godfather, you know what I'm talking about. And the show writer and show creator was explaining that to her, the other brother, Drew, because there's three siblings. There's Kane, there's Drew, and then there's Diana. And I can tell with the writing style, and especially what the show creator said, she was trying to kind of write Drew more of like a Michael Corleone type character. I don't really see Drew being more of a Michael Corleone character, and the reason is because during that last episode when he got shot, he just got up with a flurry of bullets flying around and got hit in the chest. Michael was a strategist, and there's no way that would have ever happened with Michael. Let's just really keep it a buck. Now, out of the three siblings, I think Diana is more like a Michael Corleone character than any of the other ones. And the reason I say that, she's very smart. She knows when to be quiet, and she is soaking up and learning a lot of game from Monet as far as taking care of the drug industry. She also has a level head, and I think she does think 2 or 3 steps ahead before she makes a decision. Now, if you want to compare Kane to like a Sonny Corleone type character, that would make more sense, but I think he's a little more smart than Sonny. He just wants to be heard, and he feels like his position in the family is compromised because Tariq came in. So Kane, for me, he had, out of the Tejada family, he had the best story arc, and we got to see him grow. I'm very excited to see what he's going to do moving forward, and I love the actor that plays him. He did a good job in the Bobby Brown story, and he's going to do a good job in this. But Drew is not a Michael Corleone. He's letting love and too much stuff get in the way of him taking over the family business. And it's not like Godfather to where the Don, he wanted Michael to stay out of the family. Let's just really keep it 100. But due to circumstances, Sonny dying, the Godfather getting shot, he reluctantly had to go ahead and take the mantle of being the Godfather. So, to me, Diane, or Diana, either one, she's the one closest to Michael Corleone. Now, Monet's character, Mary J. Blige, she did a pretty good job. We've only got to see one side, and hopefully in the next season we get to see more emotion come out of her, because she's kind of like a one-trick pony. She's just mad all the goddamn time and want what she wants. What I didn't understand, and maybe the writers or somebody can help me in the comments, Monet had a flourishing drug business, right? And then she put her whole drug business in the hands of a college student that she just met. Now, I understand as far as moving it may be a little more easier, with the college student and using the app they created. But there's no way I'm going to take my whole empire, as she said to Tasha later in the episode, and just give it to a kid that I just met. Maybe have a little bit set aside for them, but you need to still keep business going if you really keep it 100. So Monet's character, I understand what she's doing, and I don't understand what she's doing. Her and Kane are a lot alike. And when they talked to Daddy Tejada, he said, you didn't think before you went and killed the plug. And she didn't. She just wanted revenge for her son getting shot. So her and Kane are so much alike. Sometimes you have the same personality and you'll always be butting heads, because you do have the same personality, and two strong personalities don't necessarily mix all the time. So Monet's character is cool. I want to shout out Ott. He's the head of the DMC. That fool shut everybody down when they went into the judge chambers for the private backdoor meeting. Basically getting Tasha off, um, blaming everything on Tommy, and then putting her in witness protection. When he told when he told Sax that he got beat by Jason Derulo. Jason Derulo. That was hilarious. I was rolling, and I love how they throw the little nuances into the show. A little bit of comedy too for the writers. So good job on that. Now, as far as Kane and Tommy, I know they haven't met and they're not together. But when Monet went to go meet Daddy Tejada, they were dropping little gems. I'm pretty sure some of y'all caught it. But he said basically, we need force. And when you need force, you call an enforcer. The name of Tommy's show is going to be called, Power Book 3, 4, whatever, Force. So they're already kind of letting us know that somehow these two characters are going to meet. And since we lost Ghost already, if Kane and Tommy even did an episode together, a scene, or got together and maybe he got involved, that would be dope. We're talking about two killers running around with trying to run a drug empire. So I'm stoked for that. And I caught that. Be sure we're going to catch Tommy and Kane in some episodes together. We definitely going to do that. Now, going to the next topic, I do want to talk about Tommy killing Ramirez, the dirty cop that was working for the family. He didn't have to kill Ramirez, but you seen at the beginning of the season, he never liked Ramirez. And basically all the different things that happened basically put him in a position like, you know what, I'm going to just kill this dude. I never liked him. I don't know why we need him. But he wasn't thinking properly either, because having a dirty cop or somebody on the inside is going to help you. And Ramirez literally spent this entire season just going back and cleaning up Kane's messes. That a lot of them didn't have to even happen. So that was a bad move, killing Ramirez. They should have left him alive. And, since they had him in the pocket, he could have helped them a lot more moving forward. Now, next I want to talk about Zeke. Zeke's character, when he talks, it is funny as hell. Y'all seen the GTG boys, they pulled up on us. And they was going to shoot my knee. And I'm not going to be able to go in the first round of the NBA. They got him talking like a 7-year-old. I know athletes. I got athletes in my family. We pretty much know how to talk. Now, given, when you're going through high school and college, they need their best athletes to play in the games. And you best believe there's teachers out there that, are kind of passing these guys and making sure they have sufficient enough grades to play. Zeke's definitely one of those characters. But he is super, super funny when he talks. I just had to say that because when he was talking, it almost took me out of the show. And I was thinking about some other shit. But I digress on that. Now, going to the court date when Tasha got released with Sax and my boy, I call him Method Man because I just see Method Man. What is his lawyer's name? McLean. Sax and McLean teaming up and Sax going to work for his office. It's going to be good. They play well off of each other and they're both dirty. They will do anything to succeed, anything to win a case. We see how far Sax went recruiting his goddamn niece to come in and spy on a kid illegally. And that's basically the big reason why everybody got off. Tasha was exonerated and Tariq was no longer a suspect. So, Riley was an interesting character. She was kind of annoying like Holly, but I'm pretty sure she'll return. That's fine. Professor Megram and Jabari. Now, we all know what happened. That boy Tariq killed Jabari. But he knew he was going to kill Jabari. He knew he was going to. When Jabari start just popping off at the lip, I know about your business. I know that you know the Tejada family. I know you're selling drugs. I know this. And I'm going to write a book about it. Hopefully a fictional book. I would hate for it to be non-fictional, but hopefully a fictional book to where I tell your story. And when he was in the office talking to Tariq, Tariq knew right then, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. He knew right then, I'm going to murder this guy. So, Jabari has been annoying throughout the whole season. I'm not with that fake shit. following kids and trying to do weird stuff. Jabari deserved to die. He earned his death this season, and he got it, and it was very gratifying. He's playing with shit in forces he's not supposed to be fucking with. And he thinks because he's an Ivy League successful author, college professor, that those same rules apply, but they don't. The character that played him, I don't know the guy's real name, but he did a good job to me, because if you can grow to hate a character, kind of like we hated Tariq at the end of last season, then you will understand what makes a good actor, because he did a good job and everybody hated him. Now, as far as Professor Megram and her relationship with Zeke, the basketball player, they really like each other. I'm not saying that's ethically right to sleep with students in college, because I don't believe that's right, but they really do like each other. You can tell. And having somebody to counter his, I'm going to the basketball NBA league and don't shoot me in my knee. Her intelligence kind of counterbalances him. So I can see that working out. What I do think is going to happen is her prosecutor side is going to end up coming out, and she's not going to be able to stop digging into his family. And that's what's ultimately going to break them two up, I think. Because she's not going to stop. Once you're a cop or a prosecutor or in law or something like that, it's engraved in you. You're just going to do the shit. And you can't stop. You just got to do the right thing. So that's what that's going to be. Now, we talked about Jabari. We talked about Tommy. Tommy coming back. When they played, and 50 had to be a part of this. I don't know, maybe they just threw it in there. Playing Many Men, which is my favorite 50 Cent song out of all of his songs, because 50 is the best when he's venting and talking about shit that happened to him. When Tommy walked out of that goddamn door when they was playing Many Men, and Tariq had to take that deep ass breath before he walked over to his car, that was the shit. That shit was dope. That was some dope ass shit right there. I was like, okay. And Tommy hadn't really changed. Which I love. Tommy did not change at all. Tommy was still Tommy. He was still talking his shit, and he was still doing the things that he was going to do. When he said, your mom is going to catch a hot one for sure, and then he told Tariq he want all the smoke, he's not playing. And that's what ultimately I disagree with at the end of the episode, but I'll get into that in a second. Because when Tommy came back on screen, answer me, it felt like Power again, didn't it? When Tommy came back and was on screen, that's when it felt like Power to me. The first time in all the episodes we watched, and I'm glad they saved him for the very last episode, because the guy that's excited about raising Cain since he's tied, raising Kanan since he's tied to that character, and his show that's coming out too. Tommy came in that car when he popped the dude at the bar and tried to kill Tasha. Tasha's eyes was this big. She went up to the goddamn dorm. We gotta get out of here now. Tommy is here. It's almost like Michael Myers is outside. And he's riding around in the car all slow and shit, pale white face. I said, he reminded me of Michael Myers, 1978, 79. I promised the OG one. So I was happy to see Tommy. The introduction with the Many Men song when it came in was so smooth. I couldn't think of a better song to bring him in on. Now, getting to the end, because this ended kind of weird. Of course, we know Tariq was going to double cross Tommy again, because he always double crosses somebody. But there were a lot of parallels for Tariq and Ghost. One of the ones I caught, and I know it's probably way more than this, but when he met Brayden at the campus after Brayden had ran into Riley, and they were talking, he told Brayden, he was like, look, man, even if I don't get back in the dope game, you could take over the business, you know what I'm saying, and you could run this shit yourself. The same thing Ghost told Tommy. Also, little bitty nuances, and you'll catch it too. When Tariq was getting ready to go to court and Lauren came up and adjusted his tie, Angela and Ghost. Same thing. A lot of different parallels. Also, after Tariq killed Jabari, and then that scene they had him when he was back in his dorm room, he was just looking in the mirror, looking at himself. That's another parallel to Ghost. Because those thoughts are going through their head, but in their mind, they always rationalize, it's either you or me. That may have been Ghost's downfall, even though he did take care of anybody. He's always going to put his own interest before everybody. Minus his kids. Because he took care of his kids. I'm tired of hearing that Ghost didn't take care of his kids or he left the family. That's all bullshit. He left Tasha's ass. Well, let's not forget Tasha was supposed to pack up with Terry Silver and take all the kids and everybody and leave Ghost. All Ghost did was get an apartment. Maybe moving Angela got a whatever he did. He got another apartment, got somewhere else to stay, and he was still there for his kids, paying tuition, showing up for family nights, doing whatever he needed to do. So they tried to villainize Ghost in this, and we hated Tariq so much last season. I think it paid off this season because with 2-Bit coming back, saying his dad owing money, him having to deal with Stern kind of in an indirectly way as far as keeping his grades together, he is still dealing with the sins that he caused when he killed his dad. And he's also dealing with the sins of the father and the stuff that wasn't resolved with Ghost. So that's what made this season good. The parallels, the callbacks, and overall, it did feel like power when Tommy came back, and I'm looking forward to that next season. So, in conclusion, Tasha should have died. Tasha should have died. When is Tasha gonna pay for her sins? We said she ain't got no sins. I'm a father, y'all. I don't care if I did sell dope. She taught her own son how to cook and sell dope. I don't know if they cooked it, but told him how to sell it. That's to me, that's a sin enough to die. And when it was in that cemetery, I just knew Tommy was there, and I knew he was gonna come pop her. But guess what? Tariq double-crossed him again. She got saved and went into witness protection. So overall, this is a pretty good season. There were a couple filler episodes, and it did take time for stuff to build up. I do love the introduction of the Tejada family. That's one of the things I enjoy the most. They're much needed. And now you can kind of see that they've dissolved and characters are going their different ways. So Tasha's in witness protection. I don't know if she's going to be back, which, is the door open for her to be back. Tariq's going with the Tejada family, and he basically replaced Kane. But when he shot Jabari, Kane seen when he was behind that tree, said, okay, this dude's a real killer. He even gave him a little grin, a little smile, like, okay, he's not all just college and talk. And then they need to definitely let Daddy Tejada out of jail to give him more gravitas, and I'm happy to see Sax and Meth MacLean come in together because they gonna kill together whatever they do. And we still have a lot of strong characters. So, compared to the other seasons of Power, this is good. This is good. It's Power Book 2. It's a different chapter, and they're going a different direction, but we do have a very young cast that can actually, take something like this and expand on it. When you start with the younger actors and actresses, you can take this and go a very, very long way. So I'm going to continue watching Power. I can't wait. We know Tommy's show is going to be fire. Let's keep it 100. We know Raising Kanan with 50 Cent's going to be fire. And we know when they do Power Influence, when they bring back Rashad Tate's character, who was hilarious and much needed in those last seasons. I love him and Ghost playing off each other. Those are going to be 3 good shows. So I'm excited to see those. Please like and subscribe if you like the video. And hit me back. For real, I love to answer comments. Peace.